In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on January 14, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical versus Kentucky. All eyes will undoubtedly be focused on Rupp Arena this Tuesday night as the action heats up. In this highly anticipated matchup, the number 11 Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Aggies will face off against the number 8 Kentucky Wildcats. This game marks their sole scheduled meeting of the season, adding an extra layer of intensity and importance to the showdown. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical made a strong statement against Kentucky last year, defeating them twice in 2024, including a critical matchup during the Southeastern Conference Tournament. Defensive struggles have plagued Kentucky this season, especially during Southeastern Conference play, where they are surrendering an alarming 91 points per game. Despite these issues, the Wildcats have managed to put up significant numbers offensively, even though their shooting performance faltered in a recent game against Georgia. Kentucky's ability to score is a collective effort, with 6 players averaging 10 or more points per game this season. The team's versatility is underscored by the fact that nearly every player in their rotation is a legitimate three-point threat. On the other side, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical has demonstrated that they can keep pace with high-scoring teams, having posted at least 80 points in every Southeastern Conference game thus far. However, the Aggies face a major setback in this matchup, as they will be without their leading scorer and top perimeter defender, Wade Taylor IV. Taylor has been a critical player for the Aggies, especially in matchups against Kentucky, where he has delivered some of his best performances. Without Taylor, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical will struggle to compensate for his absence, particularly as their three-point shooting has been inconsistent. Although Jurek Phelps has stepped up admirably to fill the void left by Taylor, the challenge of overcoming such a key loss remains significant. I have confidence in the Aggies, and if this game were being played on their home court, supporting them after a recent loss would feel like a much safer bet. That said, Kentucky's recovery against Mississippi State showcased their resilience, and when this team is healthy, they are a formidable opponent. While the Wildcats faced a bout of illness last week, which clearly affected them during their game against Georgia, they appear to be back to full strength heading into this contest. Comparing both teams side by side, Kentucky emerges as the more reliable option to maintain momentum. So the Kentucky Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This matchup will likely be a fast-paced affair, driven by Kentucky's style of play. Ranked 30th in adjusted tempo, the Wildcats excel at speeding up the game. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical, for their part, has scored at least 80 points in 4 consecutive games, showcasing their offensive prowess. Meanwhile, Kentucky has exceeded 85 points in 3 of their last 4 matchups. Given these offensive tendencies, combined with the fact that both meetings between these teams last season went over the total, fans can anticipate a high-scoring game filled with excitement. Kentucky's defensive woes remain a significant concern, as they have allowed every Southeastern Conference opponent to score more than 80 points against them this season. Similarly, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical is coming off their worst defensive performance of the season and now faces a comparably explosive Kentucky offense on the road. The Wildcats have surrendered 80 points or more in 6 of their last 8 games and have given up an average of 91 points per game during their 3 Southeastern Conference matchups. Offensively, they've been just as prolific, scoring over 95 points in 2 of those contests. On the other side, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical has consistently scored 80 points or more in all 3 of their Southeastern Conference games, and although they will be without Wade Taylor IV, Jurek Phelps has proven capable of delivering high-scoring performances. Kentucky's fast tempo, reflected in their 31st place ranking in possessions per game nationally, ensures both teams will have plenty of scoring opportunities. Expect this to be a high-scoring game from start to finish. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami, Florida versus Duke. The Miami Hurricanes and the Duke Blue Devils are set to clash this Tuesday in an exciting college basketball matchup taking place at Cameron Indoor Stadium. This game pits two teams with vastly different seasons against each other, as Miami seeks to break out of a slump and Duke aims to continue its dominance. The Miami Hurricanes currently hold a disappointing 4-12 record, including a winless 0-5 mark in conference play, following their 88-78 loss to Wake Forest in their most recent outing. In that game, Miami trailed 39-31 at the half and surrendered 49 points during a lackluster defensive second half. The Hurricanes managed a shooting performance of 40.3% from the field, converted 31.4% of their three-point attempts, and shot an impressive 81% from the free throw line. Before the Wake Forest game, Miami endured losses to Florida State by a score of 80-65 and to Virginia Tech in a closely contested 86-85 game. This skid has extended their losing streak to 5 games, and they are yet to secure a victory against a Power 4 opponent this season. Meanwhile, the Duke Blue Devils entered this matchup with an impressive 14-2 overall record, including a flawless 6-0 mark in conference play. Duke is coming off a solid 86-78 victory over Notre Dame, a game in which they led 44-36 at halftime, but played evenly with the Fighting Irish in the second half, tying 42-42. The Blue Devils demonstrated their offensive prowess by shooting 53.3% from the field, hitting 33.3% of their shots from beyond the arc, and converting 85.7% of their free throws. Before the Notre Dame game, Duke notched decisive wins against Pittsburgh by a score of 76-47 and against SMU by a commanding 89-62. Riding a 10-game winning streak, Duke's only 2 losses this season have come against formidable opponents, Kansas and Kentucky. After this game, Duke's upcoming schedule features Boston College, Wake Forest, NC State, North Carolina, and Syracuse. Miami comes into this contest hoping to end their string of defeats, but their overall performance this season has been subpar, and playing on the road only adds to their challenges. Offensively, the Hurricanes have shown flashes of potential, shooting 47.2% from the field and averaging 77.5 points per game. However, their defense has been a significant weakness, allowing an average of over 76 points per game, including at least 80 points in 3 consecutive games. On the other hand, Duke has solidified its position as one of the elite teams in college basketball this season, driven by a stellar defense that holds opponents to an average of just 60 points per game. While Duke is undoubtedly the superior team with significantly more momentum, Miami finds itself in a situation where their chances of postseason play are dwindling. This desperation could inspire the Hurricanes to deliver an extraordinary effort in this high-profile game, treating it as their equivalent of a championship clash. While it's entirely plausible that Duke could dominate and secure a blowout victory, Miami still possesses enough talent to make this a competitive contest. The large point spread for this conference matchup suggests the Hurricanes might find a way to stay within striking distance, so the Miami Hurricanes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Statistically, Miami is averaging 77.5 points per game while allowing 76 points per contest. The Hurricanes are also recording 33.9 rebounds and 13.4 assists per game this season. They are shooting 47.2% from the field, 77.5% from the free throw line, and 31.7% from beyond the arc. Duke, in comparison, is scoring 80 points per game and allowing just 60 points per game. The Blue Devils are averaging 39.5 rebounds and 16.8 assists per contest, shooting 47.8% from the field, 76.2% on free throws, and 36.6% on three-point attempts. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Baylor versus Arizona. The Baylor Bears and the Arizona Wildcats are set to face off on Tuesday in an exciting college basketball matchup at McKale Center. The Baylor Bears had a somewhat inconsistent start to their 2024-2025 season, but their performance has improved significantly since early December. Initially, Baylor managed a 5-3 record over their first 8 games, with losses to powerhouse teams like Gonzaga, Tennessee, and Connecticut. On the other hand, their victories came against Arkansas, Sam Houston, Tarleton State, St. John's, and New Orleans. However, the Bears have turned things around recently, achieving an impressive 6-1 run. Their only loss during this stretch was against Iowa State. In contrast, they secured victories over Abilene Christian Christian, Norfolk State, Arlington Baptist, Utah, Cincinnati, and Arizona State, bringing their overall record to 11-4 across their first 15 games. In their latest game against Arizona State on Saturday, Baylor looked strong in the first half, leading 32-20 at halftime. However, they faltered in the second half, falling behind 41-29 before managing to clinch a hard-fought 72-66 overtime win. On the Arizona Wildcats side, their season also started with some struggles, but the team has been on a roll since mid-December. Arizona recorded a 4-5 record over their first 9 games, with wins against Canisius, Old Dominion, Davidson, and Southern Utah, and losses to formidable teams like Wisconsin, Duke, Oklahoma, and West Virginia. Since then, the Wildcats have surged ahead with a 6-game winning streak, defeating opponents such as Samford, Central Michigan, TCU, Cincinnati, West Virginia, and UCF. This streak has elevated their season record to 10-5 after 15 games. In their most recent matchup against UCF over the weekend, the Wildcats led 45-42 at halftime and maintained control with a 43-38 second half run, ultimately securing an 88-80 victory. Arizona is currently in excellent form and riding the momentum of a solid win against UCF. During that game, the Wildcats shot 46.7% from the field, grabbed 41 rebounds, and dished out 16 assists. However, they also committed 14 turnovers, leading to 18 points for UCF, which was a notable blemish on an otherwise strong performance. Throughout their ongoing 6-game winning streak, Arizona has scored at least 72 points in every game and has surpassed 88 points in 4 of those contests. Baylor, on the other hand, had a shaky performance against a competitive Arizona State team in their last outing, but managed to pull off an overtime victory. In that game, the Bears shot 43.1% from the field, out-rebounded Arizona State 43-35, and tallied 16 turnovers, which resulted in 19 points for the opposition. Baylor has scored 68 or more points in 8 of their last 9 games, with the sole exception being a 55-point effort against a strong Iowa State team. While Baylor is expected to present a tough challenge for Arizona, the Wildcats' recent form and home court advantage may prove decisive. So the Arizona Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Baylor Bears have averaged 82 points per game this season while allowing 67.3 points per game. They have also posted averages of 38.3 rebounds and 16.5 assists per game. Baylor's shooting statistics include a 47% success rate from the field, 70.8% from the free throw line, and 36.7% from three-point range. Meanwhile, the Arizona Wildcats have averaged 84 points per game while allowing 68.5 points per game. They have also recorded 41.4 rebounds and 17.1 assists per game. Arizona boasts a shooting percentage of 48.5% from the field, 75.4% from the free throw line, and 31.9% from beyond the arc. Coming into this matchup, Arizona is riding a 6-game winning streak and will benefit from playing at home. The Wildcats have scored at least 88 points in 3 of their last 5 games, showcasing their offensive prowess. While Baylor has won 6 of their last 7 games, their recent performance against Arizona State exposed some vulnerabilities, particularly in the second half. Baylor's offense has shown signs of inconsistency over their past 3 games, which could be a concern in this fast-paced matchup. With Arizona's recent up-tempo playstyle, this game is expected to feature plenty of scoring opportunities. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.